Hey guys, here at osmvtextras.com. You're watching our video first look review of the Motorola W385. Part 2 of our review will be up soon, and that's going to cover the software, but this is just the hardware overlook and the tour of the phone. The Motorola W385 is an interesting device because it combines a urbanized design and also the Motorola Razr to combine a more industrial version of the popular Razr from the Motorola lineup. And it combines the same slim form factor but has a more soft touch material build on the sides and also the backs, which provides for a more grippier and a more modest look than the predecessor actually offered. Otherwise, it's another CDMA handset on contract with Boost Mobile here in the United States and also available for Sprint. And it offers Bluetooth GPS for turn-by-turn navigational services with a monthly fee. And also you have a VGA camera being employed on the front. And the front is very transflective, and that acts as a semi-front portrait mirror, although there is no LED flash on board. There's also voice dialing features on board for you to actually use recognition features for that. The device, in terms of weight, is actually fairly weighty. It weighs 110 grams. It's a pretty solid feeling device in hand, especially because the phone uses the soft touch materials, which offers a very good grip, and it makes for the device to be a little bit more rugged than you might expect it to be. The battery cover is also made entirely out of stainless steel underneath the soft touch material, which provides a pretty good grip and a pretty solidly feeling device overall. The phone has a 4.2-hour talk time, which is on the shorter side of the spectrum, but it has a 450-hour standby time, which is pretty good, and also uses a 950 milliamp hour rechargeable battery, which is also fairly good and fairly standard for the time. Flipping the phone open, you have access to the LCD screen, which measures 1.8 inches. It's on the smaller side of the spectrum, especially in comparison with the Razr cousins that the phone has, which has slightly larger displays and screens. Even though the screen is actually pretty bright and vibrant, which we'll show you soon, it's a lot smaller, so for viewing images and text and videos and web browsing, it's not as suited for that. That said, for basic text messaging and for basic number dialing, it's entirely fine with the user interface on board. The device has 32 megabytes of internal storage that can be expanded, and also has a 1000 Phonebook Capacity, which is also pretty decent and pretty regular by today's standards. Otherwise, again, it has Bluetooth 2.0 built in, so you can actually connect to, again, Bluetooth headsets for wireless dialing, but it does not offer a stereo Bluetooth, so you can't use your Bluetooth headset to listen to music on the go. Taking a closer look at this device, of course, you have some basic features as well, like alarms and organizers, which we'll cover soon. Again, it really resembles that Razr with that profile. It's very slim. It has, again, a very durable build quality, much better than the cousins, I may dare say so, even though it's plastic instead of metal. The left-hand side offers a volume rocker that's very spacious and easy to press. We like how it's flush with the surface of the device, but still retains a pretty large and easy to press navigational control set. There's also a dedicated volume control button on the side here, and it's followed by a covered micro USB charging jack and syncing port. It's nice that it's covered so you can protect it from any dust from getting in there. Again, from the right hand side, we have access to a voice command key and also a lanyard hole, and essentially that's it as far as the features are concerned. The top device features actually the open side of the device also features a monochrome screen that shows you your numbers and important text messages as they are being entered and dialed into the phone, and essentially that's it. Again, the speaker can also be found on the very back of the device next to a protection grill. We found that because the phone is really flush in terms of the lines and the design language, sometimes when we place it on a surface, the speaker would actually be kind of muffled because it's really so close to the desk surface instead of being rounded, which is a downside for this phone. Flipping the phone open again, we can see how the surface of the dial pad is also extremely flush with the surface. Also, the buttons are not one piece, but instead are not separate pieces, but instead are a one-piece design. And as a result, numbers and keys are kind of difficult to dial, actually, especially if you're dialing by feel. So if you're a rapid texter, just like on the original Razr, this particular phone does not have the best experience out there. Again, the buttons are large and they are pretty tactile and easy to press, but they are just extremely flush and difficult to differentiate from one another. You have access to a 5-way navigation toggle and an OK key, 2 soft keys, a clear key, a dedicated camera shutter key, and also a power on and off key in the D-pad itself. We're not exactly sure, however, why there is an indent key in front of the 5 button, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but overall the keypad is only okay and adequate, even though it provides a nice amount of styling overall, though not as fancy looking as the original Razr provided. Thanks for watching part 1 of our video review of the Motorola Motorola W385, also known as the Motorola EE3 phone, and we'll get back with part 2 of reviews soon at OS and VTX Reviews and OSTechNews.com.